The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have learned tropical forest survival tips in the Belizean jungle on the third day of their Caribbean tour, with the couple building their own shelter using palms before slipping into stunning evening attire for a special reception in celebration of the Queen's Jubilee. William and Kate visited the British Army Training Support Unit (BATSUB) on Monday, which delivers tropical environment training to troops from the UK alongside international partners, and is manned by 12 permanent staff and employs more than 100 locals. They both learnt invaluable survival tips firsthand from armed forces and drank fresh water from jungle vines before showing off their impeccable fashion taste for an evening reception hosted by the Governor-General of Belize in celebration of Her Majesty the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. The event was held at the Mayan ruins at Cajalpec near the town of San Ignacio in the Cayo district of Belize, and celebrated the very best of Belizean culture. Kate was pictured wearing a shimmering 2,500 pounds pink gown by British designer, The Vampire's Wife, which she paired with silver-heeled sandals and a Mayan embroidered clutch bag, whilst William donned a blue blazer and shirt with navy trousers. The Duchess partnered the floor-length organza gown, named the light sleeper dress, with gold disc diamante drop earrings and a natural makeup look. The Vampire's Wife, which was launched by former model Susie Cave in 2014, is famed for pretty prairie dresses infused with a dose of gothic glam, and are loved by the royals including Kate, 40, who previously wore one of the label's gowns in Dublin during a 3-day tour of Ireland in March 2020. During the reception, Prince William made a speech in front of the Mayan ruins and spoke out against the conflict in Ukraine, saying democracy was being tested and needed to be safeguarded. He said, "Belize has joined many others in condemning the invasion and standing up for the principles of international law, peace and security. We think of those struggling in Ukraine and we stand with them in solidarity." William also told fellow guests that their son Prince George keeps up with his parents' international trips by sticking pins in a map. He told guests, "We let them know where we are and he finds us on the map and puts a pin in it and shares with the others." The couple began the third day of their trip learning about the history of the ancient Mayan archaeological site of Caracol, located in the Chiquibul forest, and took in the country's tallest man-made structure, known as the Sky Palace. The 3,000-year-old temple, built by the Maya civilization, stood at the center of a city, home to an estimated 150,000 people and is believed to have been occupied as early as 1200 BC. The royal couple climbed to the top of the palace, which is hidden deep in the jungle in western Belize, close to the Guatemala border, and were shown ancient Maya sculptures by the Associate Director of Belize's Institute of Archaeology, Alan Moore. Mr. Moore showed William and Kate around the site, which featured other buildings and was amazingly discovered in the 1930s by a logger looking for mahogany. He told them, "It's like looking at the inside of Buckingham Palace. This is just a small fraction of what we have here." During their tour, Mr. Moore showed the couple some ancient carvings, with the couple pointing out lizards, fish nibbling on water lilies and a feline shape, which he explained could have been a jaguar. He also walked them round to an area where the ancient Maya used to play ball games. Kate donned a simple white t-shirt and a pair of G-Star raw khaki high-waisted cargo pants, which retail for £70 on the high street, whilst William opted for a shirt, trousers and sturdy boots. The Duchess also partnered her look with a black belt, white Superga trainers, a simple pair of gold-plated hoops by Spells of Love, and she also accessorized the ensemble with a pair of Ray-Ban Original Wayfarer Classic sunglasses, which she matched with her husband. The trip, taken at the behest of William's grandmother the Queen, is intended to strengthen the UK's ties with Commonwealth countries as the Queen marks 70 years on the throne. Kate could be seen gesturing at the site while at ground level, and when they climbed halfway up Kana and looked out from a platform, the couple stood with their hands on their hips looking around. As they caught a glimpse of the vista, the couple marveled at what they saw. "Wow," said Kate. William got the giggles when, as he turned back away from the view, which was being captured by a group of photographers, to find another group, the other side of them. "We got one side and another the other. You are in each other's photographs," he laughed. The couple then continued on their ascent accompanied by their own personal photographer. Mr. Moore told them as they climbed the steep steps up, "People often like to try and run up here." William replied, "What, they race? You must be very fit if you are doing this 3 times a week, Alan." Meanwhile, dozens of well-known leaders in Jamaica, including professors and politicians, are demanding an apology and slavery reparations as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge prepare for a trip to the former British colony. The group is rejecting the visit of Prince William and Kate scheduled tomorrow, as part of a larger trip to the Caribbean region that coincides with the 60th anniversary of Jamaica's independence and the 70th anniversary of the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. "We see no reason to celebrate 70 years of the ascension of your grandmother to the British throne because her leadership, and that of her predecessors, have perpetuated the greatest human rights tragedy in the history of humankind," read a letter published Sunday ahead of the couple's visit and signed by 100 Jamaican leaders. The week-long royal tour of Central America and the Caribbean that began on Saturday was taken at the behest of the Queen, who is William's grandmother. The trip aims to strengthen Britain's ties with Commonwealth countries, but it's off to a rocky start and comes as some countries consider cutting ties to the monarchy, like the eastern Caribbean island of Barbados did in November. Local opposition forced the royal couple to cancel a visit to a cacao farm in Belize that was planned for Saturday, while the upcoming trip to Jamaica has angered some who say they are still waiting for an apology and slavery reparations. Jamaica lawmaker Mike Henry, who has long led an effort to obtain reparations that he estimates at more than £7 billion, told the Associated Press in a phone interview that an apology is only the first step for what he described as abuse of human life and labor. "An apology really admits that there is some guilt," he said. Hundreds of thousands of African slaves toiled in Jamaica under more than 300 years of British rule and faced brutal conditions. There were numerous bloody rebellions, with one woman called Queen Nanny leading a group of formerly enslaved Africans known as Jamaican Maroons, whose guerrilla warfare became renowned and battered British forces. Queen Nanny remains the sole female of Jamaica's 8 national heroes.